there's been a lot that's been going on in my life that I just never talk about or share because...
Hi beautiful people, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing well. Happy Friday. I know I've been missing for quite a while. This week has been a long week. It's been trying, but you know what? We just gotta keep it moving. I've been trying to catch up with everything that's been going on with KJ, and it's a lot. It truly is a lot. She seems to be on this victory campaign, this victory lap, this victory tour, whatever you want to call it, and it's just not a good look, in my opinion. Absolutely not a good look. Before we get into this video, there are a few disclaimers I would like to make. First of all, please do not take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. Secondly, you know I report on Katie Joy. Majority, 90% of the time, okay? If you have a problem with that, just don't watch. You can easily just a click of the button, have me blocked, just bypass my videos, do whatever you need to do. Don't watch. Why take your precious time to get it across and let me know that I'm no content creator, that you want to pick on my looks, tell me what I should and shouldn't be doing? Because honestly speaking, you're just wasting your time. So let's just make this a disclaimer for always. I am going to report on KJ is bullshit. Period. If you don't like it, don't watch. The first victory lap that Katie Joy has been on was in reference to when Natalie Kennett, or should I say when I saw the tweet by Michael Saul stating that Natalie Kennett has been arrested, which is absolutely fantastic news. But this investigation is still going on. Nobody has been vindicated. Nobody has been cleared, in my opinion. All we have seen is that Natalie Kennett has been arrested in the UK. So for KJ to sit on a high horse and say how she's been stalked, harassed, all this and that, I find so weird, because I still want to know, where did Natalie Kennett come from? And I'm working on that. So in this video that she made where she calls herself a mama bear, let's start with this. Katie Joy, in this video, she spoke about Natalie Kennett, what Natalie Kennett done, but she starts the video off referencing Tati Westbrook.
So a lot of you might know that Tati sued Without a Crystal Ball in 2020, and we settled the case. We went through a mediation process, which was very successful. And I would say, like, on my side of things, there's absolutely no hard feelings. And I feel like everyone left that day and that experience feeling like positive. I'll be completely transparent. As a part of our settlement, I gave them my communications with him. So they have everything that I had with him, and it's not that much.
To my knowledge, Tati Westbrook sued Katie Joy in the state of Washington, which the case was dismissed because of jurisdiction. Then they took the case to Minnesota, where, to my knowledge, they were going to sue her in her state. But then things turned around, they went into mediation, and they ended up settling. When they settled, Katie Joy didn't come out with a damn thing that benefited her. She gave up her source. She spends a shit ton of money on legal fees. She seems to think that she has come out victorious in this lawsuit. And you know what, to each their own. If that's what makes you feel better, by all means, KJ, do what you gotta do, say what you gotta say to make yourself feel better, all well and good. But this is the problem I have. In my opinion, Katie Joy put the Westbrooks through such tremendous stress, spoke such ill things about them. And let me emphasize this. This was all before her source, Clark Swanson, came to her and fed her information. This had all to do with how she just didn't like her. She thought she's just an average person. She went after Tati's family. She said that she couldn't find anything on Tati's dad. Tati's dad must be part of the mafia. And things went on and on and on. So for her to sit there and say after the settlement was done, she has no ill feelings. You don't have a right, KJ, to have any ill feelings, because the shit that you done to that family, to that couple, was absolutely vile. So for you to use Tati in your victory lap, that is calculated, capitalizing on a situation, and trying to put it through to people that there's no ill feelings between you and Tati. We've never heard that from Tati. Tati's never mentioned you. We've never seen anything in her social media saying anything about you. And to me, that tells me you're non-existent. They don't want to hear about you. They don't want to see you. They don't have nothing to do with you. They got what they wanted. So at the end of the day, maybe you should learn to start to read the room. Moving forward. In the same video, she kept on elaborating the fact that she doesn't care what people say about her. People make videos about her. She just don't care. Check this out.
There's been a lot of videos made about me. A lot. I mean, I understand if you want to talk about me, talk about me. I really don't care. I don't care if you say a million things about me. I think I would be a hypocrite, because I used to get really mad when people made videos about me. Now I just don't even care, and I really don't care to comment, because it's like, so I just sort of like let people talk. The hard part for the last couple years is that a lot of the stuff that's been out there about me has just been really, really false. But instead of fighting back, I've just been trying to allow things to happen behind the scenes instead, from a legal perspective.
So as you guys heard, clearly she said she doesn't care. It's not true. They're spreading lies. We're spreading lies. Let me know what my lies are. I'd be quite interested in that. Then she spoke about Kay Baxter, how Kay Baxter's been critical. Kay Baxter's always listened to her.
So I can specifically think of Kay Baxter, who has a channel that's covered me. She's been critical of me. I will say that in all of the people that I've spoken to that cover me, that are critical of me, she's by far like the most respectful and treats me like a human and asks me questions. So thanks for that, Kay. So Kay defended me.
But everybody else is blocked from you, KJ. And when people did reach out to you, example, SASSY, all things SASSY, when all these vile things were going on and this woman sacrificed, people were outing her, people were going at her, people were saying she was a rat, she's a snitch. My thought off the bat was, what made her do what she did? Until I found out exactly why she did what she did. I am going to link her video down below explaining why she did what she did. I don't hold anything against her. What she did was an honorable thing. And this is just a side note. And this is to Katie Joy's husband. Fun guitars, all things SASSY. That's what you call an honorable woman. Your wife, in my opinion, is far from honorable. So let's keep it moving. After this woman sacrificed and did the right thing, in turn, what did Katie Joy do? Stabbed in the back, kicked up a butt. Was never ever appreciative. Not the first, and she's not going to ever be the last. Let's go back to Kay Baxter. Kay Baxter is the only one that can get hold of Katie Joy. Kay Baxter seems to have a whole lot of empathy for Katie Joy. Kay Baxter seems to be much of a better person than I am, because I've told you this before. I have zero grace for Katie Joy. Is Katie Joy so far up Kay Baxter's backside because she feels that she can manipulate Kay Baxter, she can feed Kay Baxter all the shit she wants to, and Kay Baxter's just gonna believe her? Because this is what I feel is so ironic. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a bit salty when it comes to Charlotte on the web, okay? Because when all this came out about Nat, so I thought it would be a good idea, because everybody is back and forth and, you know, on each other's backs. I thought it would be a good idea to basically get everybody together and, you know, have a discussion about this whole Nat situation, where it started, why they got hold of her, why they communicated with her. So I reached out to quite a few people, and one of those people was Charlotte on the web. So Charlotte said no, she's still too distraught about the whole situation, which I totally respected, and I was okay, fine. But then it wasn't even a week later, I see Charlotte on the web on a live with Baxter talking about all this. So it's like, in my opinion, it's just say, you know what, I'm sorry, you're not my cup of tea, I don't wish to go on. Don't make excuses. And I would respect that too, you know. To me, honesty is more honorable than anything else, in my opinion. Katie Joy, after her whole rigmarole about how she does not care about people talking about her, so she was all for Charlotte on the web, because at this point now, Charlotte on the web was like, this is not Katie Joy. Katie Joy would never do something about this. And that's also another problem I had with Charlotte on the web, is how can you guarantee people that this is not Katie Joy? Once again, people, this investigation is not over. We don't know who the players are. As of right now, Natalie Kennett is being held accountable. Only Natalie Kennett. There's still so much more to go through.
At one point, I think Charlotte on the web said something in defense of me, and then she became a target. I don't care if people don't like me, and I don't care if there's like these creators that think I'm an evil person.
Katie Joy must have felt, oh shame, Charlotte is actually taking up for me. And then she decided to be good to her. Then in less than 24 hours, Katie Joy's had a change of heart, because she posted this to Charlotte on the web. And it says, Charlotte on the web, I'm calling you out for your constant lies you spread about me. You have inserted yourself into too many stories where you're wrong about me. You have egged on lawsuits by lying about me to people. It's best that you see your way out of my life now. So I would like Charlotte and other creators who rode this hate train against me to please move on to other content. You all have the talent to make content. I am not your enemy. You find what you love and let me be. Please, thank you. You've been wrong too many times. Please move on. After Charlotte was blowing all the smoke up your backside, then the very next day she went back to her usual content where she was calling you out. I do not care. Once again, there we go. I do not care if you have a channel, but my subscribers and I are tired of your hate train and harassment. Please cover the shows I cover and leave my name out of your mouth. How many lawsuits are you going to aggravate against me to make money? You were wrong. Take the L. Stop talking about me. Thanks. I don't even have any words for this. How many people are you going to put in the suspect list of aggravating other people to bring lawsuits against you, Katie Joy? How many other suspects do you have? Because this is getting boring. Absolutely boring. It's like, at this point, here we go again. Who's the next victim to be blamed by Katie Joy? So this message, and we're going back once again to Katie Joy's husband, who seems to want to always be in women's business. You know, at the end of the day, Todd Paulson, there comes a time where you can insert yourself. But this time where your wife is calling out somebody for doing what she always does and feels, in my opinion, intimidated by what she's reporting on and calling your wife out on. So you want to insert yourself, and he says, oh my gosh, we just want her to do better. Also, look at her crooked chin. I know. Your sarcasm is weak, boy. Very weak. All I'm saying to you is, and I've said this so many times, just take your balls back from your wife and be a man. Take care of what men are supposed to take care of. Keep your wife in check. Guide her. Support her in the right way. Not by involving yourself in women's beef. I'm sure she can take care of herself. She's made it known she doesn't want you to fend for her. But clearly, you're taking up like this for your wife. It's like, come on. Come on. I will link a video that Charlotte did make in her response to this about Katie Joy. I'll leave it link down below. You can go watch it. Now we move on to how she spoke about Tspiracy.
Tspiracy might have become a target at some point.
Now, this is the same Tspiracy that they were going off on. When Tspiracy put up this video of when KJ allowed her son to be locked in a room for 10 hours. So Tspiracy took this video, enhanced it, and attached CPS as number to her video. And people were relentless and started calling CPS on KJ. First of all, not sure if Tspiracy still has this on her channel, but it seems as though KJ was enjoying Tspiracy's live that she was doing a few nights ago, because KJ was in her live and gave her a super chat, and this is what it says. Never been so entertained in ages. This pre-discovery is taking forever. So will that you haven't heard from his lawyers in months. Whatever. And gives Tspiracy a super chat of $19.99. Playing this clip of her saying that in their home, it's a rule, a standing rule, that they don't watch videos made about her.
The rest of the channels, like, people are always like, well, what about this person that's always talking about you? You guys, I don't care. Let them talk. I don't even watch their content. Like, we have a literal rule in our house. Like, we don't watch the negative stuff about me. We don't engage in it, and it makes our life happier.
This video wasn't specifically about her, but bear in mind, this video was about the person that is suing her, Steve McRae. So she was actually enjoying, which she says never been so entertained in ages. So she was enjoying Tspiracy dragging Steve McRae. That to the point she involved herself in all this bullshit, and this is where she capitalized on the situation, where she decided to insert herself and bring shit up from way back involving LB. These are the screenshots. You can pause, you can read, and it's so weird that people in Tspiracy's live were actually interacting with her, kicking with her. And I guarantee you half those people, or majority of those people, have been blocked by Katie Joy. Before anybody comes at me for talking about the screenshots story, I did get permission from LB and her sister Flossie. I don't know the story, but I'm hoping to have LB on my live one of these days that's convenient for both of us, and she can talk about this. So going back to her capitalizing on the situation, Tspiracy was trying to bring out information on how Steve McRae was lying about certain stuff or misinforming people about stuff. So KJ decided to insert herself and bring up and cause drama, from drama that had died down a long time ago, but bringing fake screenshots up about LB. LB had nothing to do with this. But you see how KJ is. She likes to start drama in this community. Why go on that? And as you saw, LB says, KJ, watch your mouth. You see how calculating and self-absorbed and selfish this KJ is. LB had lost a nephew, and Flossie had lost her son. First of all, Flossie, my deepest condolences for the loss of your baby boy. Secondly, KJ, for not one second, did she consider the feelings of LB or Flossie. She was so self-absorbed in the situation that Tspiracy was dragging Steve McRae, and she wanted to capitalize on the situation by bringing up stuff that Steve McRae was involved in, I'm assuming, because I don't know the full story as I see it, to make herself look like the victim. She has absolutely zero self-awareness, zero compassion for anybody, and she gives not one fuck about anybody else but herself. And this clearly shows you guys it's not about anybody else but Katie Joy. Why did you need to bring up that situation? Why couldn't she bring up the situation where she blamed Steve McRae for having communication with Nat? Why did you have to bring that up? Why couldn't you just say, oh, Steve McRae lied and he did this to me, but he saying he didn't do this to me? She went on everything else but what involves her, in my opinion. After Tspiracy's live ended, she went on again and did another live and explained to people or her followers or her subscribers how sorry she was. She wasn't paying attention to her chat and of what KJ was putting LB through again. But she did go on the second live and denounce Katie Joy. But you guys, the thing that I just cannot get over is the fact that Katie Joy only super chatted Tspiracy in 1999. Really? This is the person that had told her followers how she can afford 2 Bentleys. And she always insists on reminding people that she will not go broke. She will not go bankrupt. And then contacted Uncivil Law to reassure Uncivil Law that she will not go bankrupt. So for somebody that's always bragging about the fact, what a fat banking account she has, and the least you can do is give Tspiracy $19.99. And then Tspiracy actually tweeted this: I give 0 fucks about people who fuck with CP. In fact, my give a fuck ratio is in the negative. And that should be the one people are angry with. Thanks for hearing me out. I hope I reached even one of you tonight. And remember, bad things can still happen to bad people. So Katie Joy responds and says, I'm not a bad person. Stop. So Katie Joy felt a certain kind of way. And she says, can you explain exactly why I'm a bad person? Have I stolen money, abused a child, created CP, raped, beaten, murdered, committed arson, or harassed anyone? The answer is no. I'm a reporter. I'm nice to you despite how you've treated me. And then Tspiracy just said in her thing, I'm just going to leave this here. Now for number 1, why is KJ always so worried about why people think she's a bad person and always keeps insisting she's not a bad person? If you are confident within yourself, you wouldn't give a fuck. But clearly she does, because she doesn't have that confidence. She so much wants to be accepted. She so much wants to be liked. But when you have a shitty personality the way she does, it's going to be hard. And then she goes on and she's talking about she's never stolen money or abused a child. The abused a child, I clearly disagree with it, because in my opinion, for the way that she left her child locked in a fucking room for 10 hours. And if you guys look at that video, Todd was clearly had it. He was his wit's end. But she did not go and relieve him. She still sat there on her life. And when you say you are a mama bear, whether you yourself are at your wit's end, you needed a break. You're supposed to be tag teaming the situation. But all you cared about, Katie Joy, was sitting on your live. And that is fucked up. As I was coming to an end of editing this video, I took a last peek at Twitter. And you guys, so much shit is going down. From her now attacking all things sassy, the woman that did the honorable thing by reaching out to Katie Joy and her husband to let her know the vile things that were going on behind the scenes in regard to this Nat chick. And now once again, as per usual and as in usual KJ style, she's dragging all things sassy. But I'm going to do a separate video about that. So Katie Joy posts on her Twitter, I sometimes feel like I'm in a no-win situation because of how many of these people have brainwashed people about me. It's like any wrong step I make, I'm told how shitty I am. I am human. Not allowing space for people to be human is half the problem with this whole subculture. The amount of traumatic experiences I lived through as a result of multiple people working together, this fall, really has made it hard for me to trust anyone. But I do ask that those that recognize who the problematic people, that you also please cut me a little slack. I'd like to apologize for my earlier tweets. The past 2 weeks have been overwhelming and I have been reliving a lot of trauma. I've not been really able to work since the conviction because I feel a huge sense of relief that finally some of this chaos is ending. Bull fucking shit, Katie Joy. Bullshit. The only reason you are in the situation you are in is because of you. You, yourself, and nobody else. When you first started this whole victory lap, victory campaign, victory, whatever you want to call it, it's all net. For 3 years, then it got downgraded to 2.5 years, then it got further downgraded to 18 months. Now you're saying for the amount of traumatic experiences you lived through was from people working together this fall? Really? You see, Katie Joy is on this mission where she'll use something that has been done to her and she'll capitalize on it. Exactly what she did with this whole net situation and Steve McRae, which that's a whole nother video. And then also, in my opinion, Katie Joy is such a liar. She's so calculating, a manipulator, because people don't like KJ for a reason. People I've spoken to, there's a valid reason they do not like KJ. And let's humor her, let's indulge with her.
You can just like find a rational reason not to like me rather than creating reasons. Like,
if you feel you want to share your story or the reason why you dislike her, feel free to share it down below. Because KJ insists that she doesn't watch content made about her. But she was deep in Tspiracy's life. She will say anything, do anything for fame, fortune, and friends. Her mission is to be number one, to be accepted, to be on top. She wants so badly to want that acknowledgement. But again, I'll say, if you have it, you have it. If you don't have it, you don't have it. She's going about it. She's just fucking everything up. She doesn't like to be told when she's wrong. She doesn't acknowledge when she's wrong. She doesn't like to hold herself accountable. She has too much envy, too much jealousy, and she has a reputation of just being a shitty person. KJ, in my opinion, has not changed a bit from the first video she has made to where she is now. KJ cannot play nice. There are so many people she's had conflict with, from smaller YouTubers to larger content creators. She just cannot play nice. You guys, I'm going to end with saying this. I'm not looking to create drama with any other content creators or smaller YouTubers or people that report on Katie Joy. I just speak on what I feel is right. I'm not here for the drama. I've got a life. I've got a hectic life. But just be fair. I personally do not believe, and this is just my opinion, that Natalie Kennett just came out of nowhere. This investigation is not over. I believe it's far from over. So at the end of the day, the truth always comes out. Not in our time, but it does come out. And time tells. Time does really tell. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys so much. A fantastic weekend. Please be safe out there. Be kind to one another. And don't forget, make good memories. Bye guys.